Hello and welcome to another episode of Soap Goes to the Oscars. This is episode 57, and I'm recording on December 10th, 2024. This is the first of three movies I watched today. Trying to finish these 1935 movies up for the end of the year. And I'm pretty much done. I have a couple more left, so shouldn't be an issue. But the movie I watched this time was called Broadway Melody of 1936. And this is similar. One of the earlier ones I watched was The Broadway Melody, which was released in 1929. And then they came out with a series of similar movies, not with the same characters, but basically with the same title. So there was Broadway Melody of 1936, and then 1938, and then 1940, I think was the last one. So this was the second one. And from Wikipedia, Broadway Melody of 1936 is a musical film released by Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer in 1935. In New York, the film opened at the Capitol Theater, the site of many prestigious MGM premieres. It was a follow-up of sorts to the successful The Broadway Melody, which had been released in 1929, although there is no story connection with the earlier film beyond the title and some music. The film was written by Harry W. Kahn, Moss Hart, Jack McGowan, and Sid Silvers. It was directed by Roy Del Ruth and starred Jack Benny, Eleanor Powell, Robert Taylor, June Knight, Francis Langford, Sid Silvers, Buddy Ebsen, and Vilma Ebsen in their film debut. I didn't realize they were actually related. It was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Picture. So Jack Benny, he was in another one of the early movies as well. Obviously, if you know him, he's very famous. Buddy Ebsen, I didn't realize that he started out this way, but he was kind of a song and dance guy, and this was his very first movie. He later went on to become the patriarch in the Beverly Hillbillies, the original series. And he was very funny in this. There was a lot of funny moments in this. I liked this one a lot. And I like the first one, the Broadway Melody. I like that one a lot as well. It's basically the same kind of story as the first one, where, well, there's a very short plot here on Wikipedia. I'll just read it. So Irene Foster, played by Eleanor Powell, tries to convince her high school sweetheart, Broadway producer Robert Gordon, played by Robert Taylor, to give her a chance to star in his new musical, but he's too busy with the rich widow, June Knight, backing his show. Irene tries to show Gordon that she has the talent to succeed, but he will not hire her. Things become complicated when she begins impersonating a French dancer who is actually the invention of a gossip columnist, Jack Benny, parodying Walter Winchell. So that's the basic story. And the first movie had a somewhat similar story in that, it had like a girl that came from Kansas or whatever and was trying to make it big on Broadway. Didn't go through, I don't remember her jumping through such hoops, but this had some songs and a lot of cool dancing and stuff. So, and I enjoyed that. This was a fun one. Definitely kept my attention more than some of the movies in this round have. Is it a best picture? I don't know. Again, there were 12 movies nominated, so I feel like some of these movies kind of snuck in a little bit, and this may have been one of them. There was a lot of very funny moments. There's so Robert Gordon plays the producer, the Broadway producer, and whenever he was pissed at the gossip columnist played by Jack Benny, he would go like storming into his office, and as he was walking through the papers would just be flying off the shelves or off the desks of people and randomly and stuff, and then he would go in and punch Jack Benny in the face, and did that several times. It was pretty funny every time. And Buddy Ebsen was very funny. So this one was pretty enjoyable. See a little more. Edited by Blanche. Cinematography, Charles Rocher. Edited by Blanche Sewell. Music, Nacio Herb Brown. Distributed by Lowe's Inc. Release date, September 20th, 1935. Runtime, 101 minutes. This was Powell's first leading role in her first film for MGM. She would appear in the next two entries in the Broadway Melody series, Broadway Melody of 1938 and Broadway Melody of 1940. These films were not related to each other in terms of storyline. Yes, also marked Ebsen's film debut. The film was nominated for 3 Oscars: Best Picture, Best Writing, Original Story, and Best Dance Direction. Yeah, so not a ton of information on Wikipedia here, and that's fine. But again, it was a very enjoyable movie. I like this a lot. I wouldn't put it necessarily as a best picture. And certainly, while it was enjoyable, it's not as good as like Les Miserables was in this round. Top Hat was pretty good. That was also kind of a musical, but or was a musical. But I think I would put this one above that. I enjoyed this one a little more. There's more fun in general. So pretty good all around, and maybe even high in the this list, but not a best picture to me. So I will just leave it at that and keep this one super short because it's late and I'm tired. And that's it. I'll see you next time.